Hello, this is Brian Natzel, your PGA Director of Instruction for the Golf Academy here at Swan Lake Resort. Recently, spent last weekend actually doing some education at a seminar with the Titleist Performance Institute, and actually got TPI certified to do some physical screenings. And essentially what a physical screening is there's 16 different screens that we put a student through, basically testing the body's mobility. And what we do with those mobilities in those screens is we find a deficiency. We relate that to typical swing characteristics that actually show up in somebody's golf swing. So today I'm going to show you one of our screenings here. This one's called the deep squat. And we know through research that if you cannot perform a deep squat correctly, that 99% of the population early extends in their golf swing. And I'll talk to you a little bit about what early extension is. But first I'm going to demonstrate what a deep squat is. So the video here on the left, I want you to pay attention to. This is the deep squat performed correctly, but I'll talk to you a little bit about how you get set up for this. You're going to need a bar. You're going to put it on your head. Try to get your arms in position into a 90-degree angles. You're going to get your feet roughly about shoulder width apart with your toes facing forward. You're going to take that bar and press that up against your head. Okay. Now I'm going to turn here so they can get a little bit different perspective on what really a deep squat is. But basically I'm going to try to hold that bar up as high above my head as I possibly can. And I'm going to sit down into a deep squat as far as I can go. Now the goal is to keep that bar over my footbed. So when we get into that full deep squat, trying to get my pelvis down below my knees or even with my knees, and trying to keep that bar so that it stays within my feet. Okay, you can see there I'm still actually within my toe line. Now if we look at the deep squat here performed on the right side of the screen, we're going to see a little bit of a difference here. And the idea is that we press that bar up above our heads as we sit into that deep squat. If my posture changes a little bit, if I have a limitation somewhere in the body, it could be an ankle joint, a knee joint, your pelvis, could be a back issue, more of a posture issue. But we see when we get into this deep squat that we see that club is actually fallen outside of my feet line. So this deep squat performed here on the right, we would actually fail a student for this. It doesn't necessarily mean that you can't perform a golf swing. It's just going to show up a swing characteristic that typically is going to happen in most people's games. Now this particular swing characteristic is generally going to show that you have early extension. Okay, so we're going to take you through and tell you a little bit about what early extension is. So we're going to look at this golf swing, and if we have draw a line right up my backside here, right up against the chair. Early extension basically means that your pelvis, as you follow through in the golf swing, actually moves away from that line. Okay, so see how the pelvis is actually moved away from the yellow line? So what we're looking at here is when the pelvis starts to move in that direction, that our spine angle actually starts to straighten through the golf swing. So we end up with a problem actually maintaining our posture throughout the golf swing. Okay. Now if we compare, I'm going to rewind this here a little bit, give you an example of a swing that does not have early extension. Again, we'll put the line down my rear end here, and as we press play, we're going to see that because the pelvis rotates on an ellipse, that we actually stay against the line in the backswing, and as we follow through in the downswing, we're going to see that left hip is actually going to come back in and stay against the line as well. Okay. Now that left hip is actually staying against the line, the pelvis is rotating in the same location, and we actually maintain a little bit better posture. I won't come quite out of my posture nearly as much, making an attempt to hit a golf ball this way. Now, typical ball flight characteristics that you see with early extension is generally going to be a block, or if somebody has fast hands, they'll turn a block into a big hook. So run a little test by yourself when you get the opportunity. See if you can perform a deep squat. There's a 99% chance that if you can't perform a deep squat correctly, that you're probably early extending in your golf swing. And if you'd like to fix that, we have a whole list of different drills and exercises that we can prepare the body's mobility as well as the mechanics in the golf swing to help you improve the efficiency of your golf swing and get you out of early extension. All right, hope you enjoyed the video, and have a great day.